Personally, I've really embraced the digital aspect of journalism and how that has transformed journalism. I don't think that many people out there have, but my advice to anyone studying journalism is, it's great to work in a newspaper and a magazine, but if you're not digitally savvy, if you're not willing to learn, how to edit video content or, how to work on a podcast, then, you're narrowing your options hugely. So I really recommend just having that all-round approach. Increasingly, we look for journalists who are able to show a range of skills, whether that's producing a really great piece of video content, whether that's demonstrating a very quick understanding of our social media strategy and how to communicate stats and facts in an accessible way to football fans, or whether that's creating a Facebook Live video. There's just so many all-round skills now that you look for in journalists. I think you have to be willing to get a bit of experience under your belt. And the way I look at it is, I think when I was 18, 19, would I have embraced the opportunity to go and work somewhere for a week and just get a bit of experience, get my byline up on a website? Absolutely, I would have. And I think that's the first thing. It's such a competitive sector, so it's hugely important to really get some experience. And when you have that opportunity, absolutely go for it. Give it 100%, because make a good impression. Make sure you introduce yourself to people. It's just so important to just take that opportunity, with both hands and grasp it. You'd be amazed sometimes that we get people who come in, they do work experience, or they'll do a couple of intern shifts, and they'll come in and get a bit of news writing experience. And some of them are brilliant. They make an instant impression. They have the right attitude. They might not be the best writers, but their attitude is what we look for, really. And sometimes you get guys who don't really have the attitude, and unfortunately we don't extend that. We move on, because there are just so many people who contact us week in, week out. I get loads of emails, from young football fans who are prospective journalists, and it's very, very important for us that we give them that opportunity. When I was young, I looked at the newspapers, really. I mean, essentially, I wanted to be a journalist from the age of about 10. And I had a few favourite journalists. I mean, as a young Asian boy in this country, I looked at the 3 or 4 Asian journalists that made a name for themselves at that time. There was Squawka, who used to work at the Evening Standard, who was a mentor to me when I started out. Another journalist, Mihir Bose, also works at the London Evening Standard. So I think I did look at those guys and think, they've sort of got past that glass ceiling, and they've established themselves in a very competitive landscape at a time where it probably wasn't that easy for them. So I really did have that respect for them.